Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. Without further ado, I would like to welcome everyone to the 2023 Residency Graduation and Awards Ceremony. And I would like to begin the ceremony by introducing Dr. Franz Defoe, our designated institutional official. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Emilia. Welcome, everyone, to the graduation and award ceremony of Garnet Health Medical Center residents. It's a great day for everyone here. The faculty, those who have been teaching those residents to become great physicians, of course, the support staff, members of administration, all the relatives and loved ones who are sitting in the audience, make some noise. Keep in mind that the residents did not become successful by being in a silo. They're part of a community. They're part of a larger community. And everyone here should be in a very great celebratory mood. I see there's a baby back there who's having a lot of fun. We all should act like that baby. Make some more noise. We are going to bring our distinguished guests at this point. The first person to come in is Miss Katie Former. She's a board member of the SUNY Orange Foundation and a founding board member of Bethel Woods Center for the Arts. Mrs. Katie Former. Our President and Chief Executive Officer at Garnet Health, Mr. Jonathan Schiller. Mr. Jerry Dunleavy, Chief Executive Officer of Garnet Health Medical Center, Catskill. Dr. Philip Masengil, Chair, Garnet Health Board of Directors. Ms. Susan Murray Tetz, Vice Chair, Garnet Health Board of Directors, Chair of the Garnet Health Medical Board of Directors. Dr. Leroy Cordero-Floyd, President of the Medical Staff, Garnet Health Medical Center, Chief Medical Officer, Garnet Health Medical Center, Catskill, and Director of Hospitalist Services at Garnet Health. Dr. Isabella Nowiselski, President and Chief Medical Officer, Garnet Health, doctors. Unfortunately, I do not see Dr. Nowiselski, but we're going to call Dr. Pam Murphy, Chief Medical Officer, Garnet Health Medical Center. Dr. Kenneth Steyer, Executive Dean and Chief Academic Officer, Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine, New York. Remember I said we're part of a large community, and that community feels very safe here in Middletown because we have Chief John Iwan-Chu, the Chief of Police for the City of Middletown. Alicia Pointer, Orange County Commissioner of Health. We are now going to bring the people who have made this possible, the program directors, the residency program directors. Dr. Dulea Sentikul, Emergency Medicine Program Director. Dr. Shanti Arkisun, Family Medicine Program Director. Dr. Robert Linser, General Surgery Program Director. Dr. Ryan Ponsolin, Internal Medicine Program Director. Dr. Alison Sullivan, Psychiatry Program Director. Dr. Christian Castro Nunes, Transitional Year Program Director. Our residency program directors work very closely with the program coordinators. But before we bring the program coordinators, I would like to bring Ms. Zendret Dispense, who is the Administrative Director for Medical Education. You've already met her, Emilia Martinez, the Emergency Medicine Program Coordinator. Michelle Ciencio, the General Surgery Program Coordinator. Carmen Torres, the Neurology Program Coordinator. Rebecca Johnson, the Psychiatry Program Coordinator. And the enterprise of medical education also include undergraduate medical education, namely medical students, PA students, and we have Roberto Napoleon, who is the undergraduate and continuing medical education coordinator. As I stated earlier, this is a celebration, and we are here to celebrate our graduates. So I would like everyone to stand as we bring our graduates. But please stand up. And we're going to have the color guard come in first. So please welcome the City of Middletown Color Guard. Remain standing. I would like to ask Chief Imanchu to come up to the stage, the Chief of Police for Middletown.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor Guard, retire colors.
You can sit now. Thank you. As I've said at least twice so far, it's a celebration. And we're here to celebrate because the residents who are graduating today, some of them started in 2018. And I don't know if some of you can remember 2018. It was the carefree years. We didn't have to worry about anything. We could go anywhere we wanted. We could be in a crowd. We could be dancing, eating at restaurants, doing all the good stuff. Being at a movie theater and the person next to you will sneeze and you didn't care. You continue to eat your popcorn. However, 2020 came. So we have 3 residents graduating from surgery who started in 2018. It's a 5-year program. And while they were in the program, COVID started. We also have residents who are graduating from psychiatry who started in 2019. And again, their world was disrupted when COVID came. And we also have the bulk of the group started in July of 2020. So we were 6 months into the pandemic, but this individual graduated from medical school and joined us. And they walked into a place that was trying to provide the best care to the community that we serve. And the world of graduate medical education grouped together to ensure that indeed we would be able to provide the best care to our patients while providing the best education to our residents. And in order to do that, the organization that helped regulate training in the US made sure that every week there was a meeting that was held, a virtual meeting, so that we could share best practice and in essence be able to say what is the best way to educate our residents and to provide the right kind of supervision to them and to ensure that they're providing the right care along with their supervising attending. And this was done very successfully by being able to have what was called a pandemic emergency status, in which we were able to bring the residents to where they were needed, while at the same time ensuring that they were getting supervision, they were getting the proper training, and that they were getting the right education. We are thankful that this is behind us now, but I would like to thank the program directors who made play a great role to ensure that indeed the right training and education was being provided to the residents. I also like to thank members of administration who were there supporting us along the way. At all times, we were having weekly meetings and to ensure that indeed everything was being done right, that we were following the proper guidelines, we were following the proper requirements, and so forth and so on. So, as I said, we need to say, hey, we did it. So please applaud all these people that I mentioned and shout to them and say, you did well. One of the people who helped a great deal, who is sitting there in the audience and saying, don't call on me, is Jerry Dunleavy. And I'd like to give him an applause. The world would not be the same without Dr. Murphy, who was working around ensuring that things are done right. And again, a round of applause for Dr. Murphy. Dr. Cordero Floyd, as the Director of Hospitalist Services, made sure that all those patients who were hospitalized in the medical service were indeed being taken care of. at all times. A round of applause for Dr. Floyd. Now, at the highest level, we have members of the board of directors, and we have Susan Tetz, Marie Tetz there, who was making sure that indeed everything was being done right. Round of applause. We have Dr. Philip Massengale, who as the chair of the board of directors, again, was making sure everything is being done right. Round of applause. And at the time, Jonathan Schiller was in Catskill, and he has come back now as the CEO of Garnet Health. And we want to welcome him and give him a round of applause. The support that we get from the medical school to Royal College of Medicine is always the best. And the executive dean, Dr. Steyer, also deserves a round of applause. We have members of our community who are generously devoting their time and their skills to support Garnet. And one of them is sitting right there, Katie Former. She deserves a round of applause. So I told Mr. Schiller that I know he was not on the program, but I was going to have him come and say a few words. And he says he's going to be super brief.
Thank you, Dr. Defoe. I will be super brief, but I just wanted to share a couple of comments and things that came to mind as I think about a moment like this. For some of you, and for some of us all around this room, in our institutions that we represent, we may come from some humble beginnings. And it is those humble beginnings that start us all on a specific journey, and that journey has wound up with all of you here in this room today. And I just want to start off with a hearty and a heartfelt congratulations to you. The journey that we've been on prior to your arrival included working with the community to find the right partner for a medical school to help bolster and begin this medical education journey. And I just want to give a shout out to our colleagues at Touro College and certainly Dean Steyer. Thank you. The residency program directors that you've worked with, I'm sure you have grown a great respect for and perhaps have also grown collegial and professional friends with. And I want to give them a big shout out. There's a lot of hours, days, weekends, and nights that they spend making sure everything is great for our residents. And so what I would ask you to think about today as you go through the ceremony and then make your ways onto big celebrations, I hope, is gratitude. For those who came before us, for those whose shoulders we stand on, either personally or professionally, and perhaps some of you are joined by parents or grandparents or aunts, uncles, partners, and spouses that have helped make this journey possible. Please don't forget to express your gratitude for them. And then on behalf of the people that you will work with, please remember to express gratitude for all of those who will support you in your professional lives. From those who help you take notes to those who clean your offices. They're all important, and it takes everybody to make healthcare work. Congratulations. Enjoy today. Today is your day.
So now that you've been warmed up, we're going to bring our graduates so that we can have a great celebration. So please stand as we bring our graduates in. And remember to make a lot of noise as they come in. Make sure you say, "That's my son. That's my daughter. That's my fiancé." Welcome, graduates. You've earned it. You can sit down. Yeah, please do more of those, ooh! So now that everybody has been warmed up, we're going to bring Dr. Pam Murphy, who is going to be saying a few words.
Oh, they turned on the lights. I wanted to see your faces. You guys ready? You know what happens July 1st, right? Doctor! No, seriously, you guys, we're going to miss you. You've done great. And I just have a little message for you. Y'all belong in a cape, because you're superheroes. Superheroes stretch above everyone else. They can do things other people can't do. You can resuscitate people. You can cut people open. You can fix them. You can heal them. You can make infections go away. And sometimes you make their head even a little bit better. These are all things that not everybody can do. That's why you guys are superheroes. And don't forget that. Medicine is tough. You guys have done a great job. And as Dr. Defoe said, you had some rocky roads. But, go forward, do well, listen to your patients, talk to them. If you don't know what's going on with them, ask some more questions. You know me, I'm going to be tormenting you in your little head. Document, document, document. Seriously, though, you guys have been just phenomenal. We're going to miss you. We are so proud of you. And don't ever forget, you're superheroes.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. I'd like to call Dr. Steyer to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Defoe and Mr. Schiller and Mr. Dunleavy and everybody else at the hospital. Touro College Osteopathic Medicine Middletown would not be here without Garnet Medical Center, and before that, Orange Regional Medical Center. Our story started in 2011 when Horton Hospital and Arden Hill Hospital combined to form Orange Regional Medical Center, leaving the Horton complex for us, for Touro College. In 2012, we started looking to putting a medical school up here. In 2013, we went through the accreditation process, and in 2014, we had our ribbon cutting ceremony and grand opening right here at the Paramount Theater. Orange Regional Medical Center and then Garnet Medical Center has been a great supporter of our school. So many of our students rotate through, many go into residency. It's just been a great relationship. So I just want to quickly thank everybody from the hospital, from my heart and from the Touro University and Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine for maintaining this great relationship that has helped all of us to get to where we are today. For the residents, congratulations. I know many of you. I've worked with many of you. You guys have done a great, great job. You survived through the COVID pandemic and everything that entailed, and it is so fulfilling to see you guys graduate today. I have so much gratitude, to quote Mr. Schiller, to be able to be here today to witness it for myself and to bring back to Touro all the news about how great you guys have done. Many of you are going into practice, some are going into fellowship, some are becoming hospitalists, but whatever you do, we know that you guys are going to do great. We couldn't be more proud of you, and we hope that you'll keep in touch, and you just make us all proud every day. So keep up the great work, and look forward to reading about all of you in the future and your many accomplishments. So congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Steyer. The next speaker is Katie Former. She's an entrepreneur who is passionate about philanthropy and volunteerism. She currently serves on the board of the SUNY Orange Foundation and also serves as a founding board member of Bethel Woods Center for the Arts. She had served on the board of directors of Orange Regional Medical Center and Marquette Children's Services. She has an extensive background in software technology and was the CEO and co-founder of CRS Retail Services. She led CRS to extensive growth to become the largest developer of software for specialty store retailer in the US. As CEO, she successfully guided the company through rapid growth, 3 acquisition and major technology changes, and other initiatives. CRS also maintained a very strong community commitment, running a successful mentoring partnership with its employees and with a local not-for-profit program for at-risk teenage boys. And CRS also had teams of employees who led and directed donations to many local charities. In addition to her contribution to the business community as a mentor, her generous contribution to not-for-profit organization as a philanthropist, she also served for a while with top CIA clearance in the Assistant Director's Office of the U.S. Arms Control and Disarmament Agency. And she related to me earlier today that she actually came across a file that was very, very sensitive, but she took good care of it. So the world is safe thanks to her. Together with her husband, Donald, Katie has donated generously to the Garnet Health Medical Center Heart Program, which they named in honor of Dr. Peter Former, Donald's father. Dr. Peter Former was the deputy director of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute at the NIH and a leader in biomedical engineering. Dr. Former's work helped shape the study and treatment of heart disease over the past 50 years. In the 1960s, Dr. Former helped establish one of the earliest research programs on cardiac failure. The program became the model for the NIH Lung and Blood Institute and a lot of other clinical research centers. So this place was named in honor of Dr. Former at Garnet, which is the Heart Center. And Ms. Former and her husband continue to remain very generous, and they have donated additional funds as now Garnet has engaged in open heart surgery program. And this fund will help to be used for cardiac care in our community. So I'd like to bring to you a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, someone with connection to the CIA, and someone that you could actually make a great story for a Netflix movie. Katie Former.
Thank you, Doctor. You know, when you all walked in today, he said, everybody has to shout, that's my son, that's my daughter, that's my spouse. And I'm thinking, that's my next doctor. Huh? Wow. And you know, all those wonderful things he read about me, this is a secret I'm going to tell you that no one else knows, especially my sister, who is a doctor. I would have given that all up to be able to be a doctor. That's what I think of your profession. It's true. It's true. And I feel very humbled and honored to be here today, talking to such an accomplished group of people who are the future of medicine in our world. That's big, guys. That's big. You get to shape it now. And I hope that based on your approach to medicine, that you will have a lasting and positive impact in our world. As I sat down to write my speech today, I said, I don't know anything about medicine. I come from a business world and a tech world. But then I thought, what would any human being do in 2023 to prepare? I asked ChatGPT. Huh? Yep. I had never done that before. I was scared to death. I put in all my information and I asked it. I said, what do you say to graduating medical residents? And its response was, hi, Kathy. I will answer your question, but first you need to answer mine. How did you land this esteemed honor when you know nothing about medicine and you got a D in biology in high school? Part of that is not true. The D, unfortunately, is. And I thought I had left it behind me 50 years ago. But yet its response was interesting. It was true. You know, it said all of those things that you're supposed to do as doctors. You're supposed to have empathy. You're supposed to be an advocate. You're supposed to remember why you chose medicine. But when I read it, it lacked a couple of things. One, it lacked the human element. And when you read things that come off of ChatGPT, there is nothing human about it. It is words on a piece of paper. And the one attribute that it overlooked was one that I find most important to me for my own health care when I go to a doctor or my loved ones do, and that's the word care. Now, some people don't differentiate between the word empathy and care, and they're very, very different. Empathy allows us to be aware of how others feel. Care, however, is a process of action that will help others. Caring is much more powerful and it is much more difficult, especially today when everything is about productivity and taking the time to care becomes more and more of a challenge. My father-in-law, Peter Fromer, used to always say, medicine is 50% science and 50% an art, which also makes caring a lot more difficult. Because a lot of times, the answer isn't obvious when that patient is sitting in front of you, is it? Which leads to why I'm here today. Dr. Peter Fromer, absolutely an amazing man. You would have loved him. He was brilliant. He was Harvard educated. He was an electrical engineer at the very beginning of his career. And he led, he was a very integral part and led the Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute and an assistant surgeon general. His caring knew no end because it was integrated into exactly who he was as a human being. It was how he drove change. It was how he helped to change the world around him. Now, we all care in different ways, right? How we approach caring is very, very different. How he approached it was through questions. It was very difficult sometimes to talk with him. I'm his daughter-in-law. I know nothing about medicine, but all he wanted to talk about was the person standing in front of him. What made you tick? He wanted to know all about our company. He wanted to know all about our technologies. He wanted to know all about our customers. And he would start at the 50,000-foot level. And then within minutes, you're talking about object-oriented coding. And then you get to a point where you have absolutely no idea what you're saying, and you're hoping he doesn't realize it. And sometimes I couldn't help but think, he thinks his son married not a very bright person, because she doesn't seem to understand what she does for a living. When in reality, what he was doing was as he was listening and learning and going deeper and deeper and deeper, he was making me better at what I did. And I would go back to the office and I would gather my team and I'd go, okay, guys, I got a question for you. And together we would try to solve those questions. And then the next time I would go down to DC to visit him, I would make sure that in the mornings I was the first one downstairs to see him. He would be there in his slippers and his robe, drinking his coffee and reading the morning paper. And he would put down the paper and he would say, good morning, Kathy. And then the questions would start. And I was ready this time. I knew I was going to be ready. And inevitably every time, there was always a question in the end I couldn't answer, and I would veer to another conversation. I gave his eulogy when he passed away. And when I told the story of my interactions with him, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people, it was filled with researchers and PhDs and MDs and government officials, and they all started laughing. And they laughed because afterwards they were saying to me, that is exactly how he approached us every single day in our careers. He cared so much about us. He cared so much about the research. He cared so much about changing the world and actually eradicating heart disease that he kept asking us questions to force us to a better level, a better version of ourselves. And we loved him for it because we know he cared. So I ask all of you today, how do you show that you care? Do your patients know that you care? They need to. You will touch countless lives, and I know that because you care, you will have a great impact on all of those patients, and that impact will change the world. You're just not going to know how. I promise you, your impact, if you care, will change the world. I wonder what ChatGPT would say if my father-in-law signed on and started asking it all of those questions. I do believe at one point the computer would say back to him, Dr. Fromer, I have no idea, but I'll get back to you, but thank you for caring. I wish you all peace, love, and meaningful lives. Congratulations, be well.
Thank you very much, Ms. Fromer. I would like to bring in Dr. Sentico.
I have to get something out of my system before I start that only my residents will understand. Not Nick, not Anthony. Not Nick, not Anthony. Okay. Welcome, distinguished guests, dignitaries, family, and residents. Today, we celebrate 6 individuals who have spent 3 challenging years to get to this momentous day. The uniqueness of this class lies in the ability of taking on challenges of residency head-on with grit, compassion, high moral standards, while having fun doing it. This class as a whole is full of good, genuine people. For all the families today, parents, grandparents, spouses, children, I want to share with you something that you may never know about your humble graduates. They do this on a daily basis with empathy, authority, and leadership. Your loved one is there for someone's last breath. Your loved one is the one that delivers news to a family that may change the course of their life. Your loved one is the one who performs life-saving procedures to save critical patients. It is a tough and strenuous job. Your love, your support, your understanding, and comfort replenishes their strength to keep on doing this job well. I know we have something in common. We are very proud of the class of 2023. We will start with our chiefs. Your dedication and contribution will be remembered and appreciated for years to come. Anthony Ascione, funny, witty, leading with a big burly hand, yet gentle hand. You mentored this residency with commitment to academia and our program's success. Keep on staying with that standard. I thank you for your leadership. He will continue to impress at Commonwealth Health Regional Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Nicholas Mayenza, the Papa Bear of the group, father of Ellis and Blue. Always there to help, to lend an ear, coming up with new ideas to help us be better. Your ability to foster teamwork and create a supportive environment has made our residency experience a more fulfilling one. I thank you for your leadership. Dr. Mayenza will be doing an ultrasound fellowship at New Vance Health Vassar Brothers Medical Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. We hope to see you soon. Janaea Alexis, quiet and fierce. What is most impressive about Janaea is her steadfast commitment to patient care. If you ever need someone in your corner in your most critical moment, you would want Dr. Alexis by your side. Watch out, Advent Health Heart in Davenport, Florida. Ernst Vadikoff. Ernst Fadikoff, our Renaissance man, his unwavering passion for professional and personal growth, he's full of intellectual curiosity. He's always willing to teach and share with others. He will continue to impart his wisdom at Southeast Texas, St. Elizabeth Hospital in Beaumont, Texas. Punik Shaw. Oh, Punik, my adopted child, advocate for his fellow residents, making sure their voices are heard. He is full of charm and has a lot of spice. He will continue to make his impression at Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Sahil Sharma, the calmest EM physician that you will ever meet. Although he is quiet, he is very observant. He will always watch out for others, and he has always watched out for our residency, leading with integrity. He will take his composure to Christus, Southeast Texas, St. Elizabeth in Beaumont with Dr. Fadikoff. Thank you for sharing this life journey with us. It is not money that makes me rich. It is moments like this. It is knowing that I will be able to be a part of your biggest accomplishment. Knowing that lifelong friendships came out of this last few years. Knowing that we will be graduating an amazing class. You'll make a difference wherever you go. My parting advice is to be genuine in all that you do. Treat patients like you'd want to be treated yourself and your family. Integrity will take you far in life. The world is yours, and I hope you're as lucky as me to find a job that you love. Before we start the presentation of diplomas, I would like to thank our Associate Program Director, Dr. Rowntree, who's not here. She's preparing a party for us. And our core faculty, Dr. May is here. I saw him over there somewhere. Dr. Spano, Dr. George, and Dr. Liu. Thank you for dedicating yourself to our residency. Thank you to our residency godmother, Dr. Murphy. Thank you to our coordinator extraordinaire, Amelia, who also helped organize this graduation. Great job, it's beautiful. Thank you to our GME and hospital administration, Dr. Defoe, Dr. Floyd, and Ms. Spence. Thank you to our colleagues at Turo, Dr. Steyer, who's always ready to help me. I know I'm missing people, but without you all, we wouldn't be where we are today. So on behalf of core faculty and myself, congratulations to the class of 2023. So big round of applause for our emergency medicine residents. As you walk up to the stage to accept your diploma. You guys are awesome. One last round of applause for the class of 2023. Now we have 2 awards to present for emergency medicine, the Above and Beyond Award for resident and faculty. This year's recipient for the Resident Above and Beyond Award is Dr. Trent Williams. Unfortunately, he isn't here today, but we'll give it to him later. So if you've ever been in one of his lectures, listening to Dr. May is like listening to an audio textbook. Brilliant lectures, and he is the recipient of our Faculty Above and Beyond Award. Next, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Shanti Harkinsoon, the Program Director for Family Medicine. Thank you.
So I took a page out of Miss Fromer's notebook, and my family actually went to chat and tried to give me an AI-generated speech. And my husband proceeded to orate it, but after about 30 seconds, nobody was listening to him. So I gave up that idea. So the thing is, what I got from that experience is that it's important to keep it brief, but it's so hard because our graduates have spent years and long hours getting to this point. And so it's so important to me to capture it somehow for you because you mean so much to me, and I really want you to be able to take this highlight and carry it with you for the many years to come in your career. So I came up with the 3 reasons why we are all here today and the things that we really want to celebrate. Number 3 on the list is that we're all here because we have a shared mission. At some point in their lives, all our graduates decided that they wanted to have excellence in healthcare and they wanted to be part of it. And at some point, all of us here decided that we were going to join this mission. Even those of you who aren't even in medicine, when your graduate said, I'm going to be a doctor, guess what? You got on the train with them. And what a great mission it is. And we're so thankful that they've taken this on for themselves. In family medicine, our residents, their mission involves working with every residency program that's represented here today. They also get to work with many different departments at the hospital. They get to work with families and the community. And we have to care and worry about not just our patients, not just their families or their communities, but really the community at large and our society, because we are so present to the fact that when our society isn't well, it really impacts our patients. And so I really admire the mission that our residents have taken on in family medicine to make a better world for us. So I thank you for taking on that big job as you move forward. The second reason we're all here is to acknowledge our community for making our mission possible. So I want to thank all of our leaders for creating and sustaining an infrastructure that supports us. I want to thank all of our program coordinators, our faculty, nurses, medical assistants, our fellow residents, and every single person at Garnet, our affiliates, as well as our community members who contribute to us and allow us to honor the honor of serving our patients. We are thankful to our families and friends. Thank you for supporting the graduates in this really difficult journey. They've spent many hours, and half of their training time they spent wearing a mask. I can't even imagine what that was like for them. We're thankful to our graduates, without whom we wouldn't be here at all. And that brings me to the main reason, is just to celebrate all of you. Dr. Basada, Dr. Lee, Dr. Mahmood, and Dr. Yamani, we're so very, very proud of you and your achievements. We will miss you and look forward to hearing from about your many adventures and achievements. Please come up as I call your name to receive your certificate. Dr. John Vasada. He's joined with Cecilia. Yes, I will. Dr. John Vasada is going to go to join Lehigh Valley Health Network in Macungie, Pennsylvania. Dr. Sin Lee, she's going to join Houston Methodist Town Lake Primary Care Group in Houston, Texas. Dr. Zahid Mahmood, he's going to go back to primary care in Chicago, Illinois. And Dr. Benjamin Yamani. He's going to join Lehigh Valley Network in Pennsylvania. All right, another round of applause for our awesome family medicine grads. So the Above and Beyond Award this year for residents is going to go to someone who has been like an attending on our team since he started in our program. He's calm and always has some support for anyone who looks for it. Even many of our hospital employees go to him for their care. And so we really value and appreciate you, Dr. John Vasada.
The award, Above and Beyond Award for faculty goes to Dr. Shanti Arkison. Make some noise.
I know where you live. I want to dedicate that award to Stacey Ann Williams-Barkley, who's not with us because she's on leave, taking care of a very important person. But behind every great PD, there is a great PC, and without her, we wouldn't be who we are. It's my great pleasure to introduce the director of...
Let's take a picture.
All right, it's my great pleasure to introduce the program director of the General Surgery Program, Dr. Robert Linser.
Good afternoon, graduating residents, distinguished and honorable guests, family and friends. I have been the program director for the general surgery residency at Garnet Health for the past 4 years. But surgery is a specialty that requires training in both knowledge and skills, and so our graduating chief residents have all been at Garnet Health for the past 5 years. And I'm going to get back at you for those 4 years that you've tortured me, so be ready. In truth, they had the courage to join a residency program which was not yet accredited, suffered through some very difficult times in the beginning, and have played a significant role in helping to develop an outstanding accredited training program. And speaking of how far we've come, I would like to give a shout out to one of our former graduates who's in the audience, Dr. Brian Kwong. Dr. Kwong graduated 2 years ago during the height of the COVID pandemic, and so he only had a videotaped graduation. So as I said at his graduation, Brian was the heart of this new program and introduced many of the enhancements that we still use today. So Brian, I'm glad you could be here to join us today, and I hope this is a little belated celebration for you. Being a program director is a little like being a parent. You feed, nourish, train, discipline, educate, support, nurture, and cry with your children, and then comes the day when they leave. That's how I feel today. I feel like 3 of my children are leaving home to venture out into the world. But at least this time I'm not going to get the tuition bills. So what are the traits of a great surgeon? These 3 surgeons will soon receive recognition from the American College of Surgeons as fellows. The college is an organization that has been a driver of quality for more than 100 years. That organization says that first and foremost, surgeons are trained, not born. So that is the job that myself and our faculty take on every day, training future surgeons. However, being facile with knot tying and sewing is handy, but intelligence, professionalism, conscientiousness, creativity, courage, and perseverance on behalf of our patients really are the critical factors. These 3 gentlemen exemplify all of those traits. Let me introduce our 3 graduating chief residents. Dr. Eric Ginsberg was born and raised in Florida, and his original medical experience was actually as a medical assistant for an optometrist, which is not surprising as both his parents are optometrists. However, he saw a different path for himself. Dr. Ginsberg was an undergraduate at Indiana University, which I understand he chose because of the sporting events. But while there, he observed an open abdominal aneurysm repair, and he was hooked on medicine. He went to medical school at Edward Via College of Osteopathic Medicine in South Carolina, and then ended up here at Garnet Medical Center. I once asked Dr. Ginsberg how he ended up here in a non-accredited program at the time, and he said he was fooled by the beautiful new building and the great things he was told by the residents on his interview. However, he now views himself as very lucky being here because he ended up at a great training program with great operative experience, outstanding mentors, and a wide variety of pathology. Although Dr. Ginsberg came here to be a general surgeon, that first open aneurysm repair was actually very prescient, as he couldn't get away from vascular surgery. He will be continuing his training in a vascular surgery fellowship at the Ascension St. Alexis program in Illinois. Although those of us here know that he has essentially already completed a fellowship program working with Dr. Fiorante and Dr. Gordy. Dr. Ginsberg has earned the nickname Kingsburg since he is the king of our program. But fortunately, he is a very benevolent king. He's an amazing teacher and mentor. He is someone who sees the best in everyone and is there to help everyone and push everyone to achieve their best. He's also incredibly patient. He's everybody's friend and certainly a charmer who is especially kind and loved by all the nurses. That explains why, while here, Dr. Ginsberg met and unfortunately is taking away with him his fiancée, Jacqueline Tremblay, who is one of our best surgical nurses. We will miss both of them. Dr. Ginsberg, I will especially miss you dropping by my office to talk about a case, discuss issues concerning the residents, or just absorb some of my pearls of wisdom. Our next resident, Dr. Eric Mulkey, was born and raised in Virginia and continued his undergraduate education at the University of Virginia. He then went on for his medical education at Edward Via College of Osteopathic Medicine in Virginia. It is no surprise that Dr. Mulkey pursued medicine since his mother is an outpatient hospital pharmacist and his father an inpatient hospital pharmacist and hospital CEO, and he has a brother who's a cardiology fellow. Apparently, though, he realized there was a world outside of Virginia and wanted to come to New York, and that's why he ended up at Garnet Health. He will be continuing his training in a colorectal surgery fellowship at LSU Health, Shreveport, Louisiana. While in New York, Dr. Mulkey has seen and photographed all of the notable sites, gone to almost all the major sporting events, and sought out some unusual music venues. And of course, he's played a lot of golf because that's one of his passions. I want to apologize to Dr. Mulkey's parents for keeping him in the OR very late the night they arrived. Dr. Mulkey was taking his final exam. He did a masterful job on a very difficult case that several tertiary care centers had turned down. Dr. Mulkey gave himself the title of the new sheriff in town, which is very well deserved. He has laid down the law, pushing everyone to do their best every day and in every way. Dr. Mulkey attributes his work ethic to his grandparents, and like them, he leads by example. Always the first to be at work in the morning, always the first to submit anything that is due. Dr. Mulkey loves surgery, and his co-residents kid him because he always knows everything about his patients, even when he's off. Dr. Mulkey tends to be very quiet, keep his head down, and just get his work done, or so I thought. Just a little story about COVID. these three chief residents were on the front lines during COVID. As elective surgery stopped, the ICUs overflowed, and I redeployed the surgical staff to help out in the ICU. But I continued them on their usual 60 to 80-hour work week, because that's what surgeons do. I have vivid memories of them working in the makeshift ICU under less than standard conditions, doing an amazing job of caring for very sick patients with a new disease that at the time we really didn't know how to treat. Then one day, Dr. Mulkey was taken hostage. I received this irate email, which is not really his style, about how the surgery residents were still working their 80-hour work week, while the medical residents were getting 5 days off to recover after their 5-day work week. This email couldn't be from Dr. Mulkey, I thought. It just wasn't like him. But apparently it was, and when Dr. Mulkey sees injustice, he has to correct it. So he may be quiet, but he certainly has a loud roar when you get him fired up. Oh, and Dr. Mulkey was also very honest with me that I was not his first choice for the program director, since the other candidate was from Virginia. Dr. Mulkey, I hope I didn't disappoint you too much. Dr. Justin Stufflebeam is our third chief resident. Dr. Stufflebeam hails from Bakersfield, California. He did his undergraduate training at California State University at Bakersfield and medical school training at Touro University College of Osteopathic Medicine, also in California. One would have thought that Dr. Stufflebeam would have gone into the aerospace field, since his father is an aerospace engineer who worked at NASA, and one of his siblings, his sister, is an air traffic controller. However, he wanted to pursue surgery, and knowing that the best training is on the East Coast, Dr. Stufflebeam did his first year in surgery before coming to Garnet at Montefiore Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx. I'm sure being at a New York inner city hospital was quite a shock for Dr. Stufflebeam, but his wife, Cammie, deserves all the credit, because she moved to the Bronx from California with their 7-month-old daughter at the time, their daughter, Paige. Dr. Stufflebeam has given himself the nickname Batman, which is quite fitting as he is a superhero. He's been on my service the last few weeks, and he calls us the 2 black and white cookie and 2 bicep tertiary referral team. Clearly, he's got the biceps, not me. For those of you not from New York, black and white cookies are a Jewish tradition that are best when sampled here, and which he discovered in the Bronx. Although, Justin, I'm sure you'd say that a good chocolate babka is better than 2 black and white cookies. By that nickname, he's referring to the fact that we have done several complex cases these last few weeks that were also rejected by multiple tertiary care centers. Justin has not yet decided which surgical group he will be joining to start his practice in general surgery. So I told you about the characteristics of a great surgeon. These 3 outstanding chiefs exhibit all of those traits and more. I also said that as their mentors and teachers, we have to train them as surgeons. However, I, and I'm sure many of my colleagues, some of whom are here in the audience today, would be remiss in not acknowledging the inspiring teachers they have been for us. From these gentlemen, we have learned patience, compassion, resilience, humility, honesty, integrity, and reliability. I have learned more from them than they will ever know, and I truly cherish those experiences as well as their friendship. So we're now at the point where I have to impart some wise words to our graduating seniors. This is best done by acknowledging the lessons they have taught us. So here goes. First of all, to Batman, our superhero. Justin, I know you know that Batman and Superman only really exist in the comics, but you have still taught us that setting priorities, insisting on doing the right thing, and saving those in distress is not a compromise, but a choice. So Justin, keep making all the right choices, fighting for the truth, and striking fear in the heart of disease, and bringing your patients to health. To the new sheriff, Eric, never stop learning, never stop asking questions, and never forget that medicine is an art as well as a science practiced by doctors who bring to their patients not only technology and training, but also humanity, caring, and concern. And to Kingsley, Eric, those who suffer need you to be something more than a doctor. They need you to be a healer. And as you've shown us, to be a healer, you do something even more difficult than putting on your white cape. You must take that cape off. You must find and embrace and treasure the dignity that exists in each and every soul and respect each and every person as an individual. Eric, and Justin, due to your contributions, you are leaving this place better than when you arrived, and I know you will do the same at every institution you find yourself throughout your careers. You have set an example and a standard that the chief residents following you are striving to live up to. Someday soon, I will be proud to watch as you become fellows of the American College of Surgeons. You should be very proud of the surgeons you have become, the great role models that you are, and the kindness and healing that you give to your patients. Please remember, every day is a new day to save lives, and as only we surgeons know and can do, a chance to cut is a chance to cure. So let's keep having fun and curing disease. You've worked very hard. You deserve to be proud of this achievement and to take this opportunity to celebrate. Good luck and good health to all. Thank you. All right. And if you dare give me those roses, I'm going to kill you. Our first graduating senior is Dr. Eric Ginsberg. Above and beyond award for a resident goes to someone who's been a role model to the other residents, who has pushed them to do more and be more than they think they are, and that is for Dr. Eric Mulkey. Above and beyond award for a faculty member is someone who has really shown the residents how to be a fine surgeon by example, by always being available, by being there day and night, probably because he's on call day and night, and doing the right things for the patient, and that is Dr. Raghuram Gordon. He's probably in the operating room, but we'll bring him his award.
He's coming down.
Is he coming down? All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Linzer. So again, I'm Dr. Ryan Punsalan. I'm the Internal Medicine Residency Program Director for the Garnet Health Internal Medicine Residency Program Director for Garnet Health Medical Center, right? Just in case. All right. So today we're here to celebrate the class of 2023. I would like to take this opportunity to share some gratitude for those who helped make today happen, because it takes a village. So first off, thank you to our program, my fellow program directors and coordinators, Dr. Defoe, Ms. Spence, Dr. Floyd, Dr. Murphy, Mr. Dunleavy, Mr. Schiller, and all of our distinguished guests for all your work and support of the IM program. To our core faculty, Dr. Obligado, Dr. Pariche, Park, Shah, and Katia, El Zarif, each of them great physicians, educators, and colleagues in their own right. Our amazing APD, Dr. Afer Akiz. Yeah, yep. Your dedication to the program and passion for teaching continues to inspire me. And our former program coordinator, Ms. Elena Burton, who was integral in building up this program. You will always be a part of our residency family, and we miss you terribly. So yeah, they're sitting over there. They like the attention a little more than I do, so if you want to stare at them while I speak, that's fine. All right. And to all the family, friends, and loved ones in attendance and watching, each graduate does not make it here without your love and support. So a big thank you and congratulations to all of you who share in their success. Now for this year's graduates. Today is a culmination of years of your hard work, studying, and sacrifice. This class has some personal, sentimental value. First class, I was able to personally recruit as a program director, and I lucked into working with these great people over the past 3 years. So I'll start with our chiefs. We have Adit, Sunaina, and Neil. So Adit, one of our most consistent, respected, and well-rounded residents who has grown up with the program. Sunaina, wise beyond her years, one of the most professional people I have had the pleasure of working with in my life. Neil, another one of our chiefs, always willing to help out, easy to work with, savvy with procedures, a great team player. Umbreen, one of the residents who has really settled in and shown great growth as a doctor. Very caring, writes really good notes and is really proud of it, I found out. And is, again, an up-and-coming star in the game of physician documentation. Saad, our resident nice guy, soft-spoken, works hard, and is all about the effort. And I found out if you like to see the Knicks win, do not let him watch. Tiffany, as efficient and polished as they come, and a professional who consistently impressed all the attendings she worked with. Everyone was also always asking to work with her. Zareen, just a really smart, solid physician, and I'm a big fan of her work and development, even if she does run in the other direction every time she sees me. Titi, empathetic, someone who brings joy to her work in medicine and to those around her, the type of person you just want to be around. Yeah, right, there you go. Lee, so he tries to make a fashion statement with his short-sleeved white coat. It's just not happening, man. But he's really intelligent, clinically sound, and just a really good doctor. Rebecca, so she knew she wanted to be a rheumatologist from the beginning and made it happen. She's a person who has shown great determination and resilience during her training here. And Arnavi, for a while it seemed like everybody from Long Island applying to our program dropped your name during interview season. But she is a solid doctor who has steadily improved, does good work, and just sees that things get done. So as a whole, they are compassionate, hardworking, and talented physicians, and it's been my utmost privilege to play some small part in your journey. And this is me giving you your flowers, your time in the sun, because you earned this. But the problem with being this good is the expectations that come with it. Peter Parker taught us, with great power comes great responsibility. The world is an imperfect place, and practicing medicine now is not without its challenges. Widespread misinformation, badly behaving patients, the large shadows of big pharma and insurance companies, the industrialization of medicine, and this is in addition to the physical and emotional toll of being a doctor and taking care of patients. We are told that we signed up for this, and for the most part, I think that's true. The Hippocratic Oath states, "Into whatsoever houses I enter, I will enter to help the sick." Part of the physician's contract with society is that privilege comes with a duty to serve. There's a lot of work to be done. The task that lies ahead is daunting, and the path will not always be smooth. But if the job were easy, everyone would do it. You can either be a bystander and part of the problem, or you can be part of the solution. So my final ask for the 11 of you all is to show up. Theodore Roosevelt once famously said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who was actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. I'm unfortunately usually a glass half empty type of guy, but when I stand before this group, I can't help but feel a little bit more optimistic. Because I know if you apply your training and just continue to be the good people that you are, each of you have this great capacity to make a difference. So check off this milestone, celebrate this accomplishment, and then get back to work. Dare to be great. So congratulations, and wishing you all nothing but the best. Heart, you guys. Thank you. So I think this is the part where they get their shine and they get to come up. So if you guys could come on up. So first we have Dr. Aditya Agarwal. He's moving on to, he's currently exploring several hospitalist opportunities. So Aditya. Dr. Ambreen Ahmad, she's moving on to be a hospitalist at Vassar Brothers Medical Center in Poughkeepsie. All right. Next up is Dr. Sunaina Dias, who's actually joining Garnet Health Medical Center as a primary care physician here in Middletown, New York. So next we have Dr. Saad Kaf. He's currently exploring hospital opportunities out in Long Island. Next we have Dr. Tiffany Lin. She's moving on to be a nocturnist at Northwell Health at LIJ Valley Stream. Next, we have Zareen Mahmood. She's moving on to be a hospitalist at Vassar Brothers Medical Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. Next, we have Titi Obayomi. She's moving on to be a hospitalist at Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut. Next, we have Dr. Lee Pan. He's moving on to be a hospice and palliative care fellow at Newvance Health Vassar Brothers Medical Center in Poughkeepsie. All right, next, we have Dr. Neil Patel. He's moving on to be a hospitalist at Mount Sinai in Queens, New York. Next, we have Dr. Rebecca Zaire. She's moving on to her rheumatology fellowship at Wake Forest University. All right. And lastly, we have Dr. Arnavi Varshney. She's moving on to be a hospitalist at Stony Brook University Hospital. So again, congrats to the IM class of 2023. And with that, I pass the baton over to the Psychiatry Program Director, Dr. Allison Sullivan. Oh, my awards. Sorry, I'm like really not on the ball with this. So, for the awards, we have the Above and Beyond Awards. So first for the residents. The Above and Beyond Award actually goes to one of our chief residents. Again, somebody that has been, won a couple of awards last night at our graduation party. Top Outstanding Professional, Dr. Sunaina Dias. And our Above and Beyond faculty member, somebody who prides himself in whipping the residents up into shape, Dr. John Park. And unfortunately, I think Dr. John Park is not here today, driving his fancy car. So I will accept his award on on his behalf. And thank you guys. All right. So with that, I finally let Dr. Sullivan come onto stage, the Psychiatry Program Director, all right?
Good afternoon, everybody. Distinguished guests, faculty, program coordinators, graduates, residents, family, and friends, thank you all for coming to celebrate the graduation of our residents. Our psychiatry department, wow, what a year it's been for our psychiatry department. I think if I could use one word to describe our department this year, it's been change. So many changes. Starting with myself becoming the program director, with Dr. Martin Cron becoming the associate program director, or as I like to say, co-director, because without him I wouldn't have been able to do this year at all. With Rebecca Johnson coming as our program coordinator, or the coordinator of the chaos, who has kept us all on the straight and narrow throughout the whole year. We've had fantastic faculty join our department to help teach and guide our residents. We've had Dr. Evaristo Accarelli join as our chairman, bringing new ideas and a new energy to the department. Many new faculty members, Dr. Faruqi, Dr. Elo, Dr. Shaw, Dr. Rakaputulina, Dr. Hagag, Dr. Noble, Dr. Kairos, everyone, and especially our own Dr. McGinley, one of our residency graduates, joined our faculty. So it's so many changes. This year could have gone a lot of different ways, but our graduates navigated it beautifully. They served as leaders, not only to provide excellent patient care, but also to provide support and guidance to their fellow residents, distinguishing themselves as truly dedicated and hardworking physicians. I can't thank them enough for their hard work. I am so proud of the growth they have demonstrated, and I am excited to see what the future holds for each of them. So, to talk about each of the residents, Dr. Farah Aziz. Not only has Dr. Aziz been a leader amongst her fellow residents, serving as Associate Chief Resident during this past year, but she has taken it upon herself to serve as a resident leader in educating the medical students rotating throughout psychiatry, a job done so well that she was asked to be a keynote speaker at the Toro Medical School graduation this year. She's a local girl who represents Orange County well and makes us proud. Her smile and enthusiasm are infectious, which has been commented on by staff and patients. And she'll be moving on to start her Child and Adolescent Fellowship at Westchester Medical Center. I look forward to one day working with her as a child and adolescent colleague. Congratulations, Dr. Aziz. Dr. Zainab Eid, who has become the master multitasker this year. She served as one of our chief residents, organizing all the educational activities of the residency program. She managed patients both on the outpatient basis and in the inpatient services, and she also handled many personal and family obligations, both here and abroad. She did all of this without missing a beat, and she showed what it means to be a truly dedicated, compassionate, well-rounded physician. She will be joining the inpatient staff at Jersey City Medical Center, where she'll be working alongside another Garnet graduate, and I am excited to hear about what the future holds for her. Congratulations, Dr. Eid. Dr. Roger McGinley. Dr. McGinley also served as a chief resident this academic year, working alongside the administrators in our department to create a fair schedule for our residents with adequate time to enjoy holidays with their families. He has also been very active with the West Hudson Medical Society, our local branch of the American Psychiatric Association, writing many thought-provoking articles and encouraging resident involvement in the psychiatric community at large. He also has been involved in research within the GME department, and his calm presence puts his patients at ease. He is already making us proud as he has started his position as an attending in our psychiatric inpatient unit, where he has received stellar feedback from the junior residents regarding his teaching ability. Thank you for what you do for us, Dr. McGinley, and congratulations. Dr. Carrie Ann Villalba. A true academic critical thinker. She never shies away from asking a question so that she can strengthen her already robust knowledge base. She works hard to get to the root of problems in order to better educate herself, and also in her clinical work to know how to best approach her patients and meet their individual needs. She is a passionate person looking to be more involved in improving quality care, and she's demonstrated leadership in advocating for fair treatment of both her patients and of all the residents in the program. She is moving on to do her fellowship training in forensic psychiatry at the University of Pennsylvania, and I have no doubt that she will have much success in her future career. Congratulations, Dr. Villalba. So I will have each resident come up and get their award. Dr. Farah Aziz. Dr. Zainab Eid. Dr. Roger McGinley. And Dr. Carrie Ann Villalba. Congratulations to a great group of residents, and I will miss all of you. For our Above and Beyond Awards, for Resident Above and Beyond Awards, I don't know, good things come in threes. For the third year in a row, I'm proud to present the Above and Beyond Award to Dr. Farah Aziz. And for our Above and Beyond Faculty Award, we actually had a tie. And this tie shows just what a solid inpatient team we have, who are so dedicated to residency education and so deserving of this award. The Above and Beyond Faculty Awards go to Dr. Mohammed Faruqi and Dr. Gulrama Shivashankar. Dr. Faruqi's on his way down. Dr. Shivashankar couldn't make it today, but we'll bring her her award. Congratulations to all of the residency graduates, and I wish you all the best in the future. And it's with great pleasure that I now introduce Dr. Christian Castro Nunez, the Transitional Year Residency Program Director.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Well, first, I want to congratulate to all the residents. Congratulations and your big accomplishment. And to your parents and family who are celebrating with you today and who will cheer you up on your next step. And to you, the transitional year residents, where are you? Okay, great, yeah. This year, today's ceremony is in recognition of your learning experience and a recognition that learning will take on a different guise for each one of you. It has been an honor to guide you during your training while fostering your foundation in medicine. Every class is so different. I've been doing, I think this is the 7 or 8 years, and every year I said the same thing. Whether this will be an easier year because I just had to replace the name of the last 12 with the name of the first 12 that are coming. That lasts only for the orientation period. The idea only lasts for that long because you are filled with a mixture of emotions, anxiety, and insecurity at the beginning, which actually help you to perform and take your training more seriously. After that, the mixture of emotions start to take shape. And I have to modify the curriculum based on your interests, strength, and of course, areas of improvement. And I must tell you, I love to witness what you have become. 12 extraordinary young physicians, each one of you with her or his own dreams, but with common competencies such as passion, commitment, tenacity, and open mind to learn. So nurture these qualities because they will be even more important when you become attending physicians. As a group, we have presented at conferences, gathered, I think 1 or 2 of you got married, and once again led our program to win the research poster competition. And with all that, the most important things that you have done is that you nail thousands of diagnoses, making a difference in thousands of patients for the entire year. To the distinguished Garnet Health Medical Center faculty, administration, and staff, it is a privilege to introduce to you the transitional year class of 2023. Dr. Brian Ayotti. He's a humble physician with a strong work ethic, professionalism, and possesses excellent bedside manners. As a family medicine myself, it brings me great joy that Dr. Ayotti has decided to become a family physician. Being a doctor is still first and foremost a call, and as such, being professional is vital to the profession, which is a quality that you master from the beginning. Congratulations, Dr. Ayotti. I would ask that you stand and wait for the rest of the class by the stair, since there are 11 more to go. So Dr. Ayotti has been accepted into the family medicine program at Spartanburg Medical Center in South Carolina. Dr. Ashley Covado. Her passion for medicine and intense desire to be the best doctor she can be give me confidence that she will have one of the most rewarding careers as a physician. She has been, in these past 7 years, I think, the only resident who asked me to do more medicine work, which I had to pause for 5 minutes when she asked for it, because obviously it's one of the rotations that you learn the most, but it does require a lot of hours. So that tells me that her priority is her education. And with all that, she found the time and motivation to conduct excellent research that led her to win our institutional research poster competition, and also had time to guide the schedule for the transitional year residents' OMM clinic schedule. Congratulations, Dr. Covado. Dr. Covado has been accepted into the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Program at Burke Rehabilitation Hospital in New York. Dr. Krista Free, she's empathetic and displays a great attitude, always interacting with patients and family in a professional yet caring and compassionate manner. She has one of the highest ethical characteristics. She's highly dedicated to her patient and had excellent communication skills. Dr. Free was unable to be here with us today because she decided to obtain ticket for one of Taylor Swift concerts in PA. So I actually didn't blame her when she apologized that she won't be here. But Dr. Free has been accepted into the Diagnostic Radiology Residency Program at the Ohio State University. Dr. Amnat Haiti. Dr. Hayter, one of her great assets is honesty. She's also in confidence and trustworthy. When I needed to get some true feedback, I would call her. I asked Dr. Hayter about specific feedback about any specific rotation, and she was always honest and truthworthy, but also came in with some solution or proposing what we can do. At every program meeting, Dr. Hayter take the opportunity to give constructive feedback. That is why it makes her much more reliable and trustworthy. Congratulations, Dr. Hayter. Dr. Hayter has been accepted into the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Program at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Congratulations. Dr. Joel Klein. Dr. Klein is always willing to tackle whatever task is needed. He works hard and cares deeply for his patients. When his staffing was tight, he volunteered for extra shifts to cover his peers. This is one of the reasons why his peers describe him as caring, friendly, easy to talk to, responsive, and a great communicator. Congratulations, Dr. Klein. Dr. Klein has been accepted into the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Program at Rochester Regional Health. Dr. Margaret Martinez. At the patient level, Dr. Martinez is compassionate, empathetic, and rational. She's an excellent communicator with her colleagues and also with the patients. She has played a pivotal role in helping design the wellness curriculum for her peers. Dr. Martinez's attention to detail, commitment, and willingness to review every element of a clinical case are remarkable. Congratulations, Dr. Martinez. Dr. Martinez has been accepted into the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Program at NYU. Dr. Joshua Milliard. Dr. Milliard exemplifies the mission and values of an excellent physician. Through his leadership, leading our didactic curriculum, whether it is caring for patients or teaching the students and peers, Dr. Milliard stands out as a truly exemplary physician. He's kind and a compassionate human being. Congratulations, Dr. Milliard. Dr. Milliard has been accepted into diagnostic radiology at Virginia Commonwealth University Medical Center. Dr. Adekunle Oyesele. His professionalism, unshakable optimism, and tireless effort was a great inspiration to the whole entire team. Balancing hospital and personal responsibilities, he kept the needs of patients and their family members as a grounding priority. He consistently demonstrated integrity, fairness, accountability, inclusiveness, and respect for his patients and peers. Congratulations, Dr. Oyesele. Dr. Oyesele was not able to be here with us today either, because he's actually during orientation for his future program. So Dr. Oyesele has been accepted into family medicine at Bryn Mawr Hospital, mainline health system in PA. Dr. Thomas Richter. Dr. Richter has a great ability to collaborate well with team members and advocate for the best patient care initiative possible. His humility, ability to process what any patient's need is unique and remarkable. His ability to lead our meet and greet during the interview season, and educating and simply being available to answer questions to students and residents has been a crucial event for the success of our program. Congratulations, Dr. Richter. Dr. Richter has been accepted into diagnostic radiology at Gelsinger Medical Center. Dr. Diana Ruan, there you are. She consistently achieves high standard in patient care, either in medicine or surgery. She's looked upon as a role model by her peers, and she perspectively offers insight during our program meetings in order to see how we can improve our patient care, but also physician well-being. She always gives 100% in everything she does. And like one of our faculty said, I don't think she knows anything less than that. Congratulations, Dr. Ruan. Dr. Ruan has been accepted into interventional radiology at NYU. Dr. Angela Ubanwad. She has been a tireless and a staunch advocate for the goal of continually improving the work environment and resident well-being. In addition to collaborating in our wellness curriculum, Dr. Ubanwad was instrumental in the continued implementation of the backup schedule. Congratulations, Dr. Ubanwad. Dr. Ubanwad has been accepted into diagnostic radiology at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Dr. Michael Vaccaro. His patient-centered, a team-based approach to patient care is respected, and his calm demeanor makes him approachable and foster communication and collaboration among the team. Congratulations, Dr. Vaccaro. Dr. Vaccaro has been accepted into diagnostic radiology at the University of Buffalo. And now we will call your name. Come and get you. Dr. Brian Oyara. Dr. Amna Hayden. Dr. Diana Ruan. Dr. Angela Ubanwad. Dr. Michael Bacala. I'm enormously grateful and proud to be part of your education. Congratulations, all of you. And now it is time to present the Above and Beyond Award, starting with the residents. The Transitional Year Residency Award for Above and Beyond go to a resident selected by the peers and faculty. This resident has demonstrated an attitude of excellence, teamwork, and go above and beyond the expectations. I hope the resident continue to foster these qualities to improve the health and wellness issues impacting us today. The Above and Beyond Transitional Year Residency Resident Awards go to Dr. Amna Haider. The Faculty Award, the Transitional Year Teaching Faculty Award for going above and beyond, go to an attending physician who has been a role model to all the residents. Your dedication, passion, and ability to connect with the residents and the students are truly superior. The Above and Beyond Transitional Year Residency Faculty Awards go to Dr. John Ferguson. And now, but not least, it is my high honor to present the residents who have successfully completed the requirement of the American Osteopathic Association and the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education Osteopathy Recognition Training Program. I deeply admire the way these residents have embraced the osteopathic approach to patient care, an approach that considers the whole aspect of the person, because whether it is pain or mental health, environmental, social, or financial problems, you have to understand what the patient is living with before you can address their health effectively. These residents' leadership skills, determinations, and dedication to patient care have led them to pursue additional training, like if you don't have enough more hours to put in, right? Additional training on advanced hands-on techniques and the osteopathic philosophy and practice. They have learned not just the skills and knowledge to be competent osteopathic physicians, but they have cultivated the compassion and empathy to make them exceptional physicians. And now, with the recommendation from the Clinical Competency Committee, Family Medicine Osteopathy Recognition Program, I present the distinctions or advanced osteopathic training to Dr. John Pesada. She can stand up. You only have 2 left. We need 2 more. Dr. Sing Lee. Okay. Dr. Sahih Mahmood. And for the next two, we'll run out of diploma, but we will have it at the department. And Dr. Benjamin Yamani. Congratulations, everybody, and turn it back to Dr. Defoe.
Thank you very much, Dr. Castro-Nunes. It's my pleasure now to announce the Resident of the Year Award. The Resident of the Year is Dr. Eric Mulkey from General Surgery. The Preceptor of the Year Award goes to Dr. Emmanuel Nketia. The Best Lecturer of the Year Award goes to Dr. Sergio Obligado. Dr. Obligado could not be here, so Dr. Ponsolin will receive it on his behalf. The Best Rotation of the Year Award goes to Emergency Medicine. The Teamwork Award goes to Elena Burton. The Nursing Above and Beyond Award goes to Jillian Moen, RN. The Student of the Year Award goes to Yasmin Hamida. Roberto will keep it and will make sure that Yasmin does receive it. So at this point, we've come to the end of this ceremony. First, give yourself a big round of applause. You all deserve it. Please stand up. As you go out there, please remember, and we've heard it said many, many times, you have to be very caring, and you have to care for your patients, and you have to care for everyone you come in contact with by showing them respect. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. It's okay to do a little dancing as they play music now.